Hello, and welcome back to the Dabbler's Domain. Yep, do the hands. Do the hands, because we don't know what to do with our hands. This is episode 2 of the Star Trek Adventures Captain's Log. We're still creating our character. The last one went a little bit longer, I think, than I was expecting. So we'll make this intro quick. We are making a cyber enhanced Jem'Hadar. We were thinking about a post Dominion War, and actually I should probably make some more notes here. Luckily, I'm doing this somewhat after. This is a post Dominion wartime. So luckily all the ideas are fresh in my head. Let's skip over any kind of, we'll make quick introductions, if you will. Yeah, wartime is one word. Okay, my bad. All right, so step 3, this is early outlook or upbringing that we are now diving into. So driving them, here's what it says for step 3, early outlook. Driving them into their education and career, your character form an early outlook that shaped them in many ways. You may choose from 3 approaches on how to determine the impact of this outlook, which I believe I read this at the beginning, and we are going with upbringing as our way of looking. And since we're not Klingon, we don't have to do a caste system as well, but we are going to be doing diplomacy and politics. Because I think that best suits our character. This cybernetically enhanced Jem'Hadar to kind of weed out his aggression and make him more of a diplomat in relations with the Federation and the Alpha Quadrant. Yeah. Okay. So, diplomacy and politics. Since their youth, your character has been exposed to the complexities of political thought and the nuances of diplomacy, perhaps because a family member was involved in those fields. So, early outlook, we are doing. Mainly focusing on diplomacy, not necessarily politicking. Yeah, we were, exposed to it not because of our family, but because of the stuff in our head. And I might have a dog barking. We're okay for the moment. Okay, so attributes. If your character accepts this upbringing, they are disciplined and well versed in the arts of debate, increasing their control by 1 and their presence by 2. If your character rebelled against this upbringing, they have instead sought more tangible things to focus on, increasing their fitness by 1 and their reason by 1. Now, in some aspects, I might have rolled I forgot where I was. Diplomacy and politics. Oh, yes. Normally I would roll the die for like a yes or no, on the probability matrix to see if, I rebelled or didn't rebel. And if I ever have to just roll a 1 die, we're going to be taking the first dice number. However, because we are the cybernetically enhanced Jem'Hadar, we had no choice in this, so we accepted. Won't let us go. So we'll just do ACC. We accepted it. Well, AC, we accepted our early outlook. So we are well versed in the arts of debate and increasing our control by 1 and our presence by 2. So this now becomes an 8. And this now becomes a 9. So now I think we are done with step 3, so we can move over to step 4. And cybernetically enhanced. I'm just trying to think of more. Due to our cybernetics, which is why we were forced to accept our upbringing. Okay, so step 4 is our education. Now, Here's something we also need to think of our early outlook. I think this character is only going to be a few weeks old, a few months old, maybe. You know, they grow so fast after being hatched. Um, and because this is a fresh, uh, you know, like a new program, a fresh program, and that's why we're third, not maybe, you know, and not first, clearly, but anyways, more thoughts later on that. Step 4. Education. Some characters at the center of Captain's Log story will have received their education at Starfleet Fleet Academy. Others may have received theirs on the streets of a busy commercial colony traveling among the stars or within the societal structure of another civilization. Whatever form their education took, it will have contributed significantly to your character's makeup as they begin their journey in Captain's Log. Affecting their attributes, discipline, and focuses. When assigning focuses, you may choose one of the provided examples, randomly selecting one by rolling on the probability matrix, or choose one of your own making that fits the situation. So we have to select a category. Are we going to be Starfleet Academy? No. Allied military training? No. Diplomatic training? Yes, possibly. Or civilian training? I think we are going to be doing diplomatic training. So is there? There is. Here we go. So let's write diplomatic training and diplomatic training. So we're going to turn to the diplomatic training. Diplomatic training. Ambassador characters are often found accompanying Starfleet vessels, and in other groups and situations conducive to telling exciting stories. These characters don't necessarily have Starfleet training, but by necessity they are well trained and well informed, and quite capable of taking part in dangerous missions when necessary. Diplomatic characters do not necessarily hold an active Starfleet rank or a military rank, though many well-known diplomats are retired Starfleet military, Ambassador Spock and the like. To select your character's diplomatic training, choose one of the types in the following table or randomly select one by rolling a d20. So we have diplomatic corps or honorary status. The diplomatic corps reads like this. You pursued diplomacy as a vocation early in life and have spent years or more rising from the staff of senior diplomats to your own postings later in life. And then it goes on from there. Honorary status, you had an illustrious career, perhaps in Starfleet or your culture's military, perhaps in politics, and received a diplomatic appointment later in life as a reward for your accomplishments. You served well in such a role, having established valuable connections to other worlds and civilizations during your prior career, and might be retired from your prior career, or may be on extended leave of absence while you serve as a diplomat. This is especially common career path for Klingon diplomats. Okay. So I think, okay, so maybe we adjust because nothing's set in stone yet with our character. So I think we adjust on a couple instances. I think we do honorary status. And I think what we do is now we make ourselves maybe like, you know, we're an Alpha Quadrant Jem'Hadar that after the war got repatronized to the Gamma Quadrant. We are maybe, you know, in the Jem'Hadar lifespan. They don't normally live that long because they're warriors. So maybe we're one of the elders, even though that's only like a year, maybe or two. This sunlight is something. And we volunteered. Okay, I'm liking this. So post Dominion wartime, we are Alpha Quadrant Jem'Hadar. I'm all over the place. An elder, if you will. And we volunteered for this, for the cybernetics. How bad? How often am I way off on that one? Yeah, and we're still third, but no, I'm liking this. I'm liking this change. So with diplomatic training, but it is honorary status, and maybe yeah, and I like this. So then we volunteered for the cybernetic training. What is it? What was I going to say? So because wartime vet possibly hated. Oh, got a phone call right there. Had to pause. So yes, because wartime vet possibly hated by others, they're more favorable for new gem, the new Jem'Hadar. So here's my thinking. So we're an elder, wartime vet. So we have killed people, we have hurt people, and now we've volunteered for this cybernetic training. So now we are more of a diplomat, and we're trying to, we have honor, all that kind of stuff, and just trying to think of my words here. But others from the Alpha Quadrant don't like, people like us because we were around during the war and have, probably committed tons of war crimes in their minds. So they are maybe more favorable towards like the fresh Jem'Hadar that are just being hatched, because these fresh Jem'Hadar are in the process of being genetically changed, by the founders, by the changelings. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so honorary status is what we're doing. I read most of that already. So I gain a single value, which should reflect the character's belief forged during the career becoming a diplomat. So I really should have bookmarked the value page, but I think it was pretty easily found. Value matrix, here we go. Okay, so let's see. Let's roll the die again because we haven't had a chance to really roll it too often. So let's see. Number 5. Oh, we already have number 5. 12. Resistance is never futile. I don't know if any of those work. Push me too far and you'll see my ugly side. 20. You must walk barefoot in the dirt to really understand a world. So it doesn't necessarily work with what what the task asked, based on my diplomatic upbringing. But I think it works with our character. So we are going to do number 11. We are going to do push me too far. And you'll see my dark side. No, dark side or ugly side? Ugly side. So it's like we're a ticking time bomb almost. So yeah, we have an ugly side. Possibly the cybernetics malfunction when they malfunction when they malfunction or are overloaded with extreme feelings or anger. So that, yeah. No, so I like that value. I think that value's good. So, because it's our cybernetics that are making us a diplomat, but not feelings, feelings. What, you want a comma? Yeah, and that's our ugly side value. So I like that. I like that a lot. Attributes. You gain 3 attribute points, which may be divided among 2 or 3 attributes freely. Either one gets 2 and the other gets 1, or all 3 get 1. So we have 3 points to distribute amongst 2 attributes. I think we need to gain our reason up a little bit, and let me tell you my meaning behind that. If we go kind of towards the like the attribute section of the book that like shows you all kinds of stuff, it kind of helps you understand where they're coming from. So reason defines characters by their adherence to logic and demonstrates a strong tendency towards meticulous analytics and analysis. Wow. Detailed planning, the gathering of evidence, and the forming of testing theories. Characters with high reasons are likely to be patient and analytical, perhaps even dispassionate, relying on careful observation and understanding the facts and evidence to come to the right conclusions. But here's my thinking with this, and I think what we do is we cap it, not cap it, but we add 2 to it. There we are. And then we add 1 to another one, which we'll come back to later. Because we do the chip. This is all thanks to the chip. The chip is the one giving us all this stuff. So I think we also need kind of presence, I think, is where we want to kind of go with as well. Well, maybe not. Insight, yeah. Yeah, insight. So if we did an insight of like 9 to 10, we have good instincts about other people and the situations. So reasoning, by the way, if we try to kind of cap this around 9, I have a clear mind and can set aside snap judgments to pursue a truth with rational, logical mindset, which I think is just good for the diplomat kind of character that we are providing. But I think we are going to go with 1 point to fitness because we are a Jem'Hadar. Okay, so that's that. Attributes, okay, perfect. Discipline. I may increase my command by 2 and 2 other disciplines by 1. So this now goes up to 4. And I think we raise security up by 1. And engineering. Because I think the Jem'Hadar with medicine, science is kind of pushing it, but engineering sounds. Even though they were fighters, they still had to be engineers on their warships and what have you. All right. So I believe that is that section down. So now we have step 5, career length. Next, choose the length of your character's career. Are they a novice with their whole career ahead of them? Do they have a few years of service under their belt? Or are they a veteran with decades of experience? If they are not a Starfleet officer, at one point in their career, they find themselves when your story begins. The stage grants the character a value arising from their career outlook. Choose one path, or choose one of the options, or roll on the table below. So we have 3 choices here, right? So we have novice, experience, or veteran. And I know that I've mentioned that we are an elder within the Jem'Hadar community, but honestly, that's only making us 1, 2 years old, maybe 3. So I think we're going to go experienced. because we're not freshly a novice. We have experience. We've probably been fighting in the war since we were, 4 months old, or if not, younger. And now that the war is over, um, now we're looking for other stuff in life. So I'm gonna go with our career length is we are gonna be experienced. So experience. Your character has several years of experience and is enjoying a promising career relative to the Jem'Hadar. So add a value chosen freely. So we get to add another value. Turn back to page 90. And always loving to get the dice involved. So let's see what we got. 16 and 10. 16, the mission comes first, or 10, never leave a stone unturned. I like that one. Never leave a stone unturned. Okay, so here, so this is, I'm thinking this kind of comes down to the natural gem. The natural, Jem'Hadar mindset. And, very analytical. Yes, unturned. Okay, no, I like that. All right, so that is career length. So now we are jamming ahead. Okay, step 6 is career events. Your character's career is a tapestry of events and experiences, but a few will have been pivotal moments in a character's life. A character defines which moments of their life are important in retrospect, and what seemed definitive to a young ensign may be inconsequential to the same officer decades later. Your character has 2 defining career events, chosen or determined randomly from the list below, and gains whatever benefits they provide. Each career event increases 1 attribute by 1 and a discipline by 1, and gives your character 1 additional focus. When assigning a focus, you may select one from the provided examples or randomly choose one from a probability matrix. For characters that chose novice in step 5, assume that these career events took place during the character's time at the academy or equivalent, perhaps during a field training assessment or aboard a starship. So we are not novice. So this happened for us, I think. Let's say, so now we're doing career events. We're saying they happen before implants that have stuck with us. Okay, so we have here a list of 20 different career events. So let's we're choosing, I believe, 2 career events, right? 2 defining career events. So let's roll the dice and see what we get, and if they don't fit, then we'll just continue on, because we want to constrain ourselves, but also make it logical. Well, not logical, but make it fit the character that we're kind of creating. Number 5, let's see, is required to take command, or 18, solved an engineering crisis. So, well, right now our engineering is low, but maybe we stepped up in like a heat of the battle and solved an engineering crisis. I mean, we have high command already, so maybe that is why we were required to take command. So let's see if we are now like 3rd so and so of the Ambassador Corps, let's say. Perhaps in a battle we were, or during the war we were, fourth or something, and something happened where 1, 2, and 3 died, so we became first and weren't just fourth. However, when we changed, career paths, since now the Jem'Hadar actually have career paths that they can take, um, we became third. So I don't know. So okay, so let's see. So I kind of like that career event for number 5. Required take command. Now let's read what that required, or what that means. And actually, we are going to over here, required to take command. Okay, here we go. During a mission, a crisis left the mission's leader unable to lead. In our case, they died. We were, as I said, fourth, maybe fifth, and others perished. This required your characters to take command, something they may not have been prepared for. What was the mission? What went wrong? Was the mission successful despite the loss of the leader? So, during the war, we were designated, we'll say fourth, maybe. All others perished. All others above us perished. We were forced to take command. Let's see. Let's say that this happened while stationed on a planet. Stationed on the planet. We'll say it was in the Cardassian system. During the war. And we were, let's see, led a group of 10 other Jem'Hadars. Yeah, so there was, let's say there was 15 of us or 14 of us. 1, 2, and 3 died. We were put in charge. Let's say that several Jem'Hadar fought us for the right to command. We gave a good fight. 1. Say that the mission, right now it's unknown. Was a success, but at the cost of, let's say, more than 50% of the squadron. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay. It's a force of habit to just constantly go back. Yeah, Grammarly, I don't care about all that. That's fine. So, okay, so when we were forced to take command, yeah, I like it. Okay, your characters need to improve or improvise during a crisis, increases their daring by 1. That now becomes a 9. Disciplines. Being required to lead increases your character's command by 1. Now, if I remember correctly, that's a maxed out command. Yeah, disciplines are a max of 5 with a total of 16. So we'll have to, I think at the end of the section when it tells you to go through and check all your stuff, if we have, let's say, a 6, I think we get to put it into something else. And maybe we'll come across that later. Okay, focuses. Add a focus reflecting your character's experience during a crisis. Examples are composure, inspiration, or leading by example. And I think I saw focuses were on. Is it just one focus? Yeah, add a focus. My bookmark. So focuses. So we have here. Well, we have a 2d20 roll. So let's see what we have here and roll the dice. So a 7 would be coordinated efforts as a focus. I think that works. I know we lost about more than 50%. So if there was, so I said it was me and led a group of 10 other Jem'Hadar, so that was 11. So we lost like 6, let's say 5 to 6 Jem'Hadar. But maybe we lost those by coordinating the efforts. Like they knew they were going to perish, and for the better of the group, they did what they needed to do. That sounds like it's kind of a Jem'Hadar mentality. So let's say focus. Which is coordinated effort. Let's say we coordinated with the others in the group and made them sacrifice themselves for the better of the mission. Their sacrifice was what made the mission successful. Sure. Coordinated. Okay. So focuses. So our first fork. Blah, blah. And I think this might also efforts, yeah. Efforts. And I'm going to say that this will help in diplomatic talks as well. And maybe that's why, yeah. Yep. And just constantly thinking in my head about the future. Okay, sweet. Fantastic. All right, so let's find out our next career. Okay, so we have 1 in 10. Well, let's see. Why don't we do 1 or 10 or the combination of the two? 11. 1, ship destroyed. 10, transporter accident. Or 11, dealing with a plague. It has to be ship destroyed. So, required to take command. Whoops. So the next one would be ship destroyed. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. These are two separate career events. They don't necessarily have to take place at the same exact time, but maybe this is how we slowly have gained rank. So we'll say that this happened prior to above career event. We were low. Let's say we were low. We were low ranked, i.e. 10th. Our ship destroyed. Thanks. Our ship destroyed, but the mission succeeded thanks to us. Got promotion to 4th, where we were during the other one. So, okay. So, ship destroyed. The ship your character was serving on was lost, destroyed during the mission, and the character was one of the few who survived. Let's see. So we will say we remote detonated the ship. And I don't want to. So here's the thing, right? I feel like Jem'Hadar want to die in battle, right? In fact, so yeah. So here's the thing, because I just remembered vaguely a quote, and this is from First Ometicon, and I believe it was the Deep Space Nine episode "To the Death." Well, it had to be Deep Space Nine. That's where most of the Jem'Hadar go. And this is the quote I found on Memory Alpha. As of this moment, we are all dead. We go into battle to reclaim our lives. This we do gladly, for we are Jem'Hadar. Remember, victory is life. So, the fact that we survived the ship being destroyed might not be the best. So how can we do this? Let's just leave this vague like this. So the ship was destroyed, but the mission succeeded thanks for us. Victory is life. We get promoted. I don't know the details exactly yet. What was the ship's mission? How many survivors were there? How long did it take before they were recovered? Well, I don't think we're going to bother ourselves with dealing with that right now. This is a lot of the, the career events that happened. A ship destroyed. That happened in the past, and it defines us and it makes us who we are. But perhaps, maybe we slowly have. Here's a roundabout way of doing it. We're going to say that we're slowly forgetting about it. So attributes: your character resolves. Your character's resolve and competence in a crisis increases their daring by 1. Now we have increased daring. Discipline: your character's experience of a perilous situation increases their security by 1, which I think is good because we are fighters. Add a focus, reflecting their experiences. Examples are extra vehicle operations, small craft, or survival. Survival sounds good, actually. Survival sounds real good. that sounds just as just like a Jem'Hadar. So add a focus. So last time that we picked from a command focus last time. So let us actually this time pick from, we just increased security. So let's pick from, secure a security focus. Sorry. Let's roll the dice. 19. 19 here is hazardous environments. Okay. Okay, let's see what else we got. That wasn't sticking with me. 27. Mental resistance techniques. Ship destroyed. We got 20. Heavy cover. I'm just gonna pick one freely, I think. You know what? Just because we joked, maybe not joked, but we originally thought that we might have remote detonated the ship. One of our focuses is, even though it's not very ambassadorial, is demolition. Demolitions. I think that is completely wrong on how to spell it. Okay, let's see. Demolitions. Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. So that was career length. Or career events, I should say. Yeah, career length we chose. Step 6 is career events. Okay, so finishing touches. At this stage, your character is almost complete and needs only a few final elements and adjustments. So we will finish up this right now, actually. Okay, so final additions. The character receives one final value. This might affect the career events rolled in step 6, or may represent some other element. So we get another value here. So where was the value page? It's on 90, I want to say. Okay, values matrix. Let's roll. 19. Willing to sacrifice myself to save my crew. I'm going to amend this a little bit. Willing to self for my crew. So I'm going to write in parentheses Dominion, because not my crew, but for the Dominion, I am willing to sacrifice myself. Okay, attributes. Increase 2 attributes by 1 each. So let's see. I think we increase insight. I'm keeping control low on purpose, and I think my reasoning behind that is I think control deals with, let's see if I can find the control. So an 8, your control over yourself and your actions is ordinary and unremarkable. And that's because I think, let's see, 7, you are uncoordinated and lack of self-discipline, you might be clumsy or careless. Okay, so I think actually we do need to increase our control. So I will actually increase our control to 9 after reading that little brief in the thing. Okay, so we did that. Your character may not have any attributes above 12, and only one attribute with a score of 12. We do not have that problem. For any attribute which has a rating above and beyond those limits, reduce it until it is within the limit. For each point reduce on an attribute, increase another attribute by 1, obeying this limit. If I skip down here to the bottom, your character's attributes should add together to equal 56. So let's see, we have 9, 10, that's 19, 28, 38, 47, and 56. Try that again. 9, 19, 28, 38, 47, 56. Okay, perfect. Discipline. Increase 2 disciplines by 1 each. I'm going to give us a little bit more piloting skills. And I'll say that let's say the implant makes us a little bit more engineering wise. All right. Your character may not have any disciplines above 5 and only one discipline with a score of 5. We have one discipline of 5. Same as before. So if there was something above it, we reduce it and add to another one. Your character's disciplines added together should total 16. Let's see. 5, 7, 10, 13, 14, 15. Oh, we need to add. We missed something. So that's 5, 7, 10, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so we missed something somewhere. So I'm going to give security just a little bump. So now does that equal 17? 5, 7, 11, 14, 15, 16. Yep. Your character should have 4 values and 6 focuses. Where did we miss all the focuses? Because we have 2. Okay, so 4 values. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. So now we'll go and we'll add some more focuses. So let's see. Let's add an engineering focus. 25 is procedural compliance. Okay. Let's pick. There's con focuses, science. Let's pick a con focus. We'll randomly do this one. Multitasking. Okay. All right. How many were we supposed to have? 4 values and 6 focuses. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So we need 2 more focuses. Let's do another command focus. Here's one. I'm not even gonna have to roll the dice for this one. Intimidation. We are a Jem'Hadar. Let's see. So our science and medicine are super low. Engineering, security, camouflage. We are Jem'Hadar after all. Oh, and I spelled intimidation wrong? Yeah, sounds about right. Oh, my absolute apologies for that. I thought I hit the cough button, and I did not. I'm so sorry. What did I say? Oh, yes. Oh, because I hit tab instead. So, camouflage. Camouflage. Okay. Perfect. So, yep. So finishing touches are done. So assignment. Commanding officer, executive officer, no. Operations, no. Flight controller, no. Chief engineer, no. Medical, no. Command officer. My rank is ambassador, and I'm not really assigned anything, right? So assignment. Your character's assignment will help you define the challenges they face in Captain's Log, especially the solo mode of play. Your character's assignment will contribute significantly to the game and focus the stories that you create around them. So I'm not a commanding officer. I'm not an executive officer. I'm not an operations, not chief of security, not a chief medical officer. I'm not a ship's counselor. I'm not a science officer. not a communications officer. I could be enlisted, which is a master chief or petty officer, senior chief, crewman. I don't have a rank, so I'm an ambassador. So my assignment is mass. Wow, that is something. Yeah, I'm ambassador third something. So pronouns, we decided we were he, him. That is the alternative way to create a character. Some other stuff. Okay, so next time, I'm gonna maybe offline try to think of a name, and we are going to be working on creating our ship. Now, I will say this is a ship that we're assigned to, not necessarily our ship. So my thinking is we are. So I think, I'm gonna have to about think of that. What I'm leaning towards is we are an ambassador aboard a starship, a Federation starship that is in the Gamma Quadrant to do like a routine inspection of the systems, and we're sort of there as like the diplomatic medium. We can speak for the Dominion. I guess is it still called the Dominion after the war? Anyways, we'll figure that out. But yeah, so we will do our starship creation sheet next time. All right, thanks. Thank you all for watching, and till the next episode.